First of all, in Belgium, to make a beer, our king, old king in '93 said that beer has to contain 60% of malted barley or wheat and hops. So that's the two ingredients that you need to have to call a beer beer. You will need yeast because it will be fermentation after. So that's the two first ingredients to call a beer beer in Belgium. What's this malting? Malting is to use the force of the nature to be able to make beer. So the malter will get the cereal, raw cereal as we call it, and they will put it on water, then take out the water, then put it back on water. Takes 72 hours approximately. So brewing processes, we will mill that grain, that malt, putting on in water and certain temperatures. So in Belgium it's common to use 63 degrees Celsius, 72 Celsius, and then 78. And we will then use a loader tun, and then so it will be a filtration. So we'll put all the water and the grain over a sort of pasta pan. So it's not like whole, but it's three of like, then you can just get juice. So everything is getting on, and you will just record the juice. So the juice called wort. You will put again in a kettle where you will do the boiling, and that's at the moment where we will use the hop. So hop is a plant that can get tons of different tastes. You have hops now that get coconut taste, pineapple, floral, herbal. Yeah, it's really like hundreds and hundreds different varieties that will get really different type of taste and smell. So you will use the hop. The first hop you will use will give you the bitterness, and then the second one will give you also the flavor. As I said, fruity, floral, herbal. It can go on with tons of different tastes. Fermentation tank, and where I add before the yeast, so my own yeast, depending what type of beer I'm making, but I add the yeast I really choose. Then it's 7 till 10 days of fermentation. Fermentation will create, so it will be the transformation of sugar into alcohol, CO2, and also flavors. 7 till 10 days. Then you have a beer that's called a green beer. Green beer, why? Because it's always smelling a little bit like apple, green apple, or fresh grass cuts. So how it takes like more time, and you have to cool down the beer up. You can do that. We do that around 1 degree Celsius for 2 weeks for ales and 5 weeks for lagers. After that, we will add a little bit of CO2 more to have the bubbles from the beer. That we always have a little bit, because during the fermentation we will close a little bit the tank, so that all the CO2 made by the fermentation will not get out, it stays a little bit. And then we will can and do the cake. So full process is about full process about 3 till 6 weeks.
So you have to start with the glass at a sort of 45-degree angle, and you pour the beer down the side, into the side of the glass, and around a little bit past halfway, you tilt like this, and then you pour the beer down the middle to create the bit of a head.
It really depends of the beer you have and the beer the customer orders. So with love.
Ma première bière, à mon avis, j'ai dû la boire avec mon équipe de hockey sur gazon quand j'avais 15 ans, 15-16 ans.
Première fois, c'était à Gand. Une sacrée fête. Voilà, je devais avoir, je sais pas, 17. Ouais, 17 ans.
Ooh, first time. I think it was when I had like 13 years old in a swimming pool at my friend's place, and it was Heineken, like, and it was awful. It was warm. It was really disgusting, and the memory is funny, but didn't enjoy it.
The best place to drink a beer is to be with good friends and good family. That place.
Maybe in a garden, and a sunny garden, with friends and family.
I think beer belongs to like specific times, not places.
En terrasse, dans n'importe quel bar à Bruxelles. C'est parfait. Au soleil, idéalement.
On allait à l'Atomium aussi, sur les escaliers de l'Atomium. À l'époque, on pouvait monter sur le côté. Je sais pas si on peut encore. Ben voilà. Ben, c'était même pas un étage, hein, c'était vraiment juste les petites marches. Et il y avait un petit grillage, on se mettait là avec des chips, on buvait des bières et du piquet. Voilà.
I've gotten naked a few times. That maybe shouldn't go into the documentary.
J'ai fait pipi dans un bar, probablement, où on ne pouvait pas faire pipi. Sur le bar, ouais.
Riding a bike on someone's shoulders and then jumping and breaking my ankle, maybe.
I think it was with my teacher. Like after, I remember at the end of the classes, one day we had a drink with the teacher because it was the end of the exam, and I was like, the atmosphere was a bit weird, and I was like, okay, I wouldn't like to go party with them, and yeah, that's it.
My ex-boyfriend, definitely. Never again.
My ex. Never.
Perfect. We both said the same, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, my ex. Definitely.
I think that brewing beer, the first time that I brewed beer at home, and yeah, like tasting your own beer for the first time, like it's very interesting. Like it feels like it's your creation. And I don't have kids, but I feel that it's a small part similar to that. So yeah, perhaps that's yeah.
Maybe it was before COVID. We always used to go every summer do the descente de la Laisse in Wallonie, and we had a lot of beers then. We put beers in the kayaks, and it was a great memory. But now I'm not able. Enfin, j'ai pas encore eu l'occasion d'y retourner. Voilà.
Ah, je peux peut-être penser à mes parents qui se prenaient une petite bière le dimanche soir, tranquillou, et comme ils sont plus là, ben voilà, c'est un peu remember, quoi, ouais.
My sister. Sure.
My father.
I hope it will be with my brother.
By myself.
Be here around the table. I don't know, talking for last time, so just have a beer and talk about everything. Yeah.
Ah. Je peux le dire ou je peux pas le dire? Ouais, allez, je peux le dire. Je me boirais bien un verre avec ma pédicure médicale. Voilà, parce que voilà, c'est une très, très gentille fille, très sympathique, et voilà, j'aimerais bien boire encore un verre avec elle.
Yeah, don't know why. I mean, he's with me since I'm born. Since he's born, he's a little brother. So, and yeah, I mean, I hope we'll have a last beer with him. I hope we will be super old. Really hope that. And mean in a garden, in front of one of our house, don't know, and just two of us.
Tu peux dire quelqu'un d'autre. Pas de problème.
Non, avec ma compagne, avec mon amoureuse.
Ah oui, ça
oui.
peut être. Oui, oui, ça peut être.
Avec mon amoureuse, comme ça je me Ça peut pas.
À ce moment-là. Oh bah, avec mon compagnon.
Et dans quel scénario ça?
À la mer, ah oui, une petite bière à Ostende, ça j'aimerais bien. Avant le grand tsunami, ouais, pas mal. Ouais, ça c'est bien. C'est un peu cliché, mais ouais, c'est bien.
But I already talked about it, but one of my friends in France, if I invite her, I will take my beer, because now I'm brewing, and invite her to bring some of her beers and try it together.
My best friend. Yeah, my best friend.
Change. C'est un ami à moi.
My mentors in Australia that taught me about beer.
You guys. No choice. I invite you for a beer.
And I remember that a friend told me, okay, you don't like beer, but wait, try everything, you will find one beer that you will like, because in Belgium there is a beer for everybody.